going back to the Saka injury, I know it's hard to say he's been overplayed, and was it the League Cup game against Southampton? Like he came on, etc. Like, do you think there's times when Arteta just kind of got it wrong in terms of managing his minutes?
100%. 100%. Especially in the first season when we had the title charge, like he would never take him off.
Yeah.
Got a bit better last year. But even let's go back to the Euros, right? So the Euros final was on the 14th of July.
Yeah.
We then had 3 weeks to the start of the season, and we had a pre-season final which I went to, which was like the first week of August.
Yeah.
I remember it. I remember going to it. Saka played in that game. I was like, what? Saka and Declan Rice played in that game. They literally had 2 weeks off. So Declan Rice's form as well hasn't been as great as it was last year because he's tired. These are the kind of muscle injuries you get when you're tired. We come back in and then Saka's played 90 minutes in the following game at home to Wolves, our first game. Like, he's not really missed much football. Why has that been allowed to happen?
Yeah, and if you compare that to, say, the Manchester City and Liverpool guys who went to the final Euros, like Trent, I don't think Trent even went to America, and like he kind of phased in slowly. The Man City guys, they didn't even start the season. Like Rodri and all them guys, they weren't involved.
Rodri's first start was when he got injured against us. That was his first start of the season. Foden didn't play the first 2 or 3 games. Walker hasn't played all season, so he hasn't started. but genuinely, he made sure. But we've rushed him back and got him started in like these games. It's crazy.
But then you just made a point about Rodri, right? Rodri got rested, then got injured, and some of these things are like beyond your control, you know. So I think sometimes we can always look at the minutes, but we've all played football, and you've had 5 weeks break, and you've recovered in the first game.
You think you're ready?
You think you're ready? You've done a good little pre-season, and that's the same for them. They've played well, they've rested. Remember, they do all the recovery stuff.
Yeah.
And the scientists would have said, nah, he can play this game, etc., etc.
I think we are seeing just because someone actually made a really good point that they're saying the season after a tournament tends to be a little bit erratic for the first 6 months. It's just natural because of what happens, and actually it's played out. Like there's no real structure. The year that they had the World Cup in the middle of the season, that was mad erratic because where we came from, we have to factor that bit in. But then players are going to be tired, especially those players who were English, who got to the finals as well, who were depended on. So your Rice's, Bellingham's been the same in terms of Real Madrid as well.
It took him a while.
You look at all of those. Trippier hasn't been in the team whatsoever. John Stones has been in and out as well. Like there's so many players who just haven't really hit. Kane got injured for a while as well. So many players have actually had more injuries this year than they had last year. And I think it is because of the calendar.